Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube class. I am Sambasivara Vankayalapati, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, SRN Business Arts and Science College, Khammam, Telangana State. Today our topic is quadratic cone under given conditions. So actually this is my fifth video in the chapter cone. In my previous videos I have discussed what is a cone and what are the properties of cone and what are the components of cone and what are different types of cones and how to find a equation of a cone when the coordinates of vertex and the base curve are given. All these things I have discussed in my previous videos, and in this video I am going to explain you how to find quadratic cone. So actually in this video I am going to explain what is a quadratic cone and how to find the equation of a quadratic cone when certain conditions are given. So before going to that, I want to give you some preliminaries regarding cone. Actually, what is the cone? We all in our daily life we see a lot of objects which are in cone shape. So cone is a three-dimensional object. In three-dimensional geometry, how can we define a cone? For that, see this. A cone is a surface which is generated by a straight line which pass through a fixed point and intersect a curve or touch a surface. So here there is a fixed point. So straight lines passing through this fixed point and intersecting a particular curve or touching a surface. Such type of straight lines generate a surface which is called cone. So you can see here it is a surface. Actually I have taken a sphere here. O alpha beta gamma is a fixed point. We can draw many straight lines passing through this fixed point, touching this surface like this. Around this sphere we can draw a lot of many lines, infinitely many lines, many straight lines. All these lines forms a curved surface. This curved surface is called a cone, and each line is called a generator of this cone. And here is another case. You are given a curve and a fixed point alpha beta gamma. Through this fixed point alpha beta gamma, we can draw a lot of straight lines intersecting the given curve. Like this we can draw many straight lines. All these straight lines forms a surface as shown in the figure. That surface is called a cone. And here also the fixed point is called vertex and the straight line which generates the cone is called generator and the curve is called guiding curve. So these are the components of a cone. What are the components of a cone? Vertex, generator, guiding curve. How many generators a cone have? Yes, a cone has infinitely many generators, but each generator passes through a fixed point called vertex. So here you can see the fixed point is called vertex and the straight line that generates the cone is called generator, and the curve is called guiding curve or base curve. So what is quadratic cone? Actually a second degree equation in variables x, y, z is ax square plus by square plus cz square plus 2fyz plus 2gzx plus 2hxy plus 2ux plus 2vy plus 2wz plus d is equal to 0. This is a second degree equation in variables x, y and z. Actually this is a second degree non-homogeneous equation, because a homogeneous equation means a homogeneous is the degree of each term is same in a homogeneous equation. If the degree of each term is same, then the equation is called homogeneous equation, otherwise it is non-homogeneous equation. So in this equation, the degree of all these terms up to this term is 2, and the degree of this term and these two terms is 1, and it is a constant term, and hence its degree is 0. So all the terms are of not same degree, therefore it is not homogeneous equation, and hence it is called non-homogeneous equation. This non-homogeneous equation represents a cone, such cone which is represented by a non-homogeneous second degree equation in variables x, y, z is a quadratic cone. A cone represented by a non-homogeneous second degree equation is called quadratic cone. So then, how can you find the general equation of a quadratic cone whose vertex is origin? So, a second degree homogeneous equation represents a quadratic cone with vertex origin. A second degree non-homogeneous equation gives a cone with vertex other than origin, and a cone and an equation and a homogeneous equation represents a cone with vertex at origin. This is one point. And another point we have to keep in mind is, suppose LMN are generators, direction ratios of a generator. Actually, we have infinitely many generators of a cone. Each generator pass through the vertex, but direction ratios are different. Suppose if you take a generator and LMN are direction ratios of the generator, then the equation of the cone is satisfied the direction ratios of generator. This is the point, main point we have to keep in mind. That means the direction ratios of a generator satisfies the equation of the cone. Once again I am repeating, keep it in your mind, it is very important. The equation of the cone is satisfied by direction ratios of its generators. Okay? Yes. See this. Quadratic cone under given conditions. So actually, how many conditions we have to be given to find the equation of a quadratic cone? This is the main question. So everyone is thinking of this. We need how many conditions to find the equation of a quadratic cone? So to find this, let us go through this. So actually equation of a quadratic cone is ax square plus by square plus cz square plus 2fyz plus 2gzx plus 2hxy is equal to 0. Actually this is the equation of a quadratic cone whose vertex is origin. We will start with this. Whose vertex is origin. So since a not equal to 0, because it represents a cone, we can, without loss of generality, we can take a not equal to 0. So whenever a not equal to 0, divide the whole equation with a, then you will get like this from this equation. So let b by a is equal to b dash, c by a is equal to c dash, f by a is equal to f dash, g by a is equal to g dash, h by a is equal to h dash. Therefore the equation turns like this: x square plus b prime y square plus c prime z square plus 2f prime yz plus 2g prime zx plus 2h prime xy is equal to 0. So it is clear that how many variables in this equation are? B dash, c dash, f dash, g dash, h dash. Therefore in this equation there are 5 arbitrary constants. So to find the equation of the cone, we need the values of these 5 arbitrary constants So to find the values of 5 arbitrary constants, obviously we need 5 independent equations. Therefore, we need 5 independent conditions. So quadratic cone whose vertex is origin contains 5 arbitrary constants. So to determine these 5 arbitrary constants, we need 5 independent equations, and hence we need 5 conditions. 5 conditions. So here, by solving some problems, we can easily understand how to find the equation of a quadratic cone when certain conditions are given. See this problem. Show that the general equation of a cone which passes through 3 axes means xyz axis is fyz plus gzx plus hxy is equal to 0 whenever fgh are parameters. So you can see here what we have to do here. We have to find the general equation of a cone with vertex at origin and which passes through the xyz axis. We show that this equation is fyz plus gzx plus hxy is equal to 0. So actually what is the general equation of a cone with vertex at the origin? This is. So this passes through the axis. This cone passes through the axis. For example, you can see in the diagram, these are the xyz axis and this is the O is the vertex of the cone, and the cone passes through x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. That means x-axis, y-axis and z-axis are generators of the cone as shown in the figure like this. This is the cone, you can see in the diagram. Here this is another diagram. This diagram is, you can see, if you can see the cone from the direction of its base curve, the diagram looks like this. Actually this is a cone like this. So the cone is passing through xyz axis, therefore xyz axis are nothing but the generators of this cone. Already I have said earlier that we have seen in this video itself that the generators of the directional ratios of the generators satisfies the equation of the cone. Here xyz axis are the generators of this cone. Generators of x-axis are 1 0 0. Therefore 1 0 0 satisfies the equation of the cone. By substituting 1 0 0 in the equation of the cone, you will have like this. From this we will have a is equal to 0. From this we will have a is equal to 0. Similarly, by applying the concept that yz axis are also generators of the cone, since the direction ratios of y-axis are 0 1 0, by substituting 0 1 0 in the equation we will have b is equal to 0, and by taking the concept that z is a generator of the cone, by substituting the direction ratios of z-axis 0 0 1 in the equation we will have c is equal to 0. Therefore we will have finally a is equal to 0, b is equal to 0 and c is equal to 0. So required equation of the cone is, by substituting a is equal to 0, b is equal to 0, c is equal to 0 in this equation, these 3 terms will become 0. We will have only these 3 terms. Therefore by taking 2 common and simplifying, finally we will have the equation f yz plus g zx plus h xy is equal to 0. This is the equation of the cone whose vertex is origin and pass through the xyz axis. So the equation of the cone which pass through the coordinate axis is fyz plus gzx plus hxy is equal to 0. See this. This is another problem. Planes through OX and OY include an angle alpha, show that their line of intersection lies on the cone this. Actually, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, say this is z-axis. So this is O. You can drop a plane from x-axis like this, another plane from y-axis like this. These two planes intersect in a line which is passing through the origin, We have to find the locus of this line is a cone. Z square into x square plus y square plus z square is equal to x square y square tan square alpha. That means this line lies on the cone. So actually, what is the equation of OX x-axis? Y is equal to 0, Z is equal to 0. Therefore, any plane passing through x-axis is y plus lambda z is equal to 0, where lambda is a parameter. Because if a1x plus b1y plus c1z plus d1 is equal to 0 is a plane, a2x plus b2y plus c2z plus d2 is equal to 0 another plane. If this is u1 and this is u2, these u1 u2 are two planes, then any plane passing through the intersecting line of these two planes, any plane passing through the line of intersection of these two planes can be written by u1 plus lambda u2 is equal to 0. u1 plus lambda u2 is equal to 0. By that property, the equation of OX is y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0. Actually, x-axis is the intersection of xz plane and yz plane. Therefore, any plane passing through OX can be written like this: y is equal to 0, comma z is equal to 0. Any plane through OX is y plus lambda z is equal to 0. Similarly, any plane through OY, x is equal to 0, z is equal to 0 is x plus mu z is equal to 0. So this is the equation of a plane passing through x-axis, and this is the equation of a plane passing through y-axis. Here lambda and mu are parameters. So actually it is given that the angle between these two planes is alpha. So the angle between planes 1 and 2 is alpha. Therefore cos alpha is equal to, we apply the principle to find the cos alpha, that is a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 by root a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square root a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square. By applying this principle, we can find the angle between these two planes. Cos alpha is equal to 0 into 1. Here x coordinate, x coefficient is 0, here 1, therefore 0 into 1, plus y coefficient 1, here 0, plus 1 into 0, z coefficient here lambda, here mu, therefore lambda into mu, by root 1 plus lambda square, because here the coefficients are 1 comma lambda, therefore 1 plus lambda square. In these coefficients are 1 comma mu, therefore root 1 plus mu square. On simplification you will get like this: lambda mu by root 1 plus lambda square root 1 plus mu square. This is cos alpha. From this, tan square alpha is equal to secant square alpha minus 1. Tan square alpha is equal to secant square alpha minus 1. This is equal to, from this we can see cos alpha is equal to lambda mu by root 1 plus lambda square root 1 plus mu square. Therefore secant alpha is equal to reciprocal of this. Therefore secant square alpha is equal to root 1 plus lambda square into root 1 plus mu square by lambda mu whole square minus 1. So on multiplying and simplifying, 1 plus lambda square into 1 plus mu square by lambda square mu square minus 1, simplifying the entire equation, finally we will get like this. This is tan square alpha. This is tan square alpha. 1 plus lambda square plus mu square by lambda square mu square. This is tan square alpha. So from equation 1 we can write lambda is equal to minus y by z. From equation 2 we can write mu is equal to minus x by z. Therefore by substituting lambda is equal to minus y by z and mu is equal to minus x by z, in this tan square alpha is equal to this expression, we will have tan square alpha is equal to 1 plus lambda square means minus y by z whole square plus mu square is equal to minus x by z whole square and lambda square mu square like this. By substituting lambda is equal to minus y by z, mu is equal to minus x by z in tan square alpha expression, we will have like this. So on simplifying complete this, we will have like this. So therefore we will have z square into x square plus y square plus z square is equal to x square y square tan square alpha. This is the this is the locus of the line of intersection of the planes passing from OX and OY. Therefore this is the equation of a cone, and hence it is proved that the line of intersection of the planes lie on the cone. See this. So what we have to prove here? We have to prove planes passing through OX and OY include an angle alpha, show that the line of intersection lies on the cone. Actually we have find the plane passing through OX and we have find the plane passing through OY, and we have using the concept that the angle between these two planes is alpha, and we have two parameters lambda and mu, and the locus of the line of intersection is obtained by eliminating these two parameters lambda and mu in the relation. Therefore by that we finally got z square into x square plus y square plus z square is equal to x square y square tan square alpha, which is the equation of a cone, and hence the line of intersection of the planes passing through OX and OY lies on the cone given in the equation. This is the procedure to solve this problem. So let us go to another problem. The plane x by a plus y by b plus z by c is equal to 1 meets the coordinate axis in ABC. That means that this plane meets x axis at A, y axis at B and z axis at C. Prove that the equation of the cone generated by the lines drawn from O to meet the circle ABC is. So what we have to do? We have to prove the equation of the cone generated by lines drawn from O to meet the circle ABC. Actually here you can see in the figure, you can see in the diagram, here there is a plane. This is the plane x by A plus y by B plus z by C is equal to 1. This is the plane. This plane meets x axis at A, y axis at B and z axis at C. Therefore by taking any point, for example we take this point and we join this is the generator of the cone. So by taking a point on the circle obtained by the intersection of this plane ABC with the sphere OABC, actually we can draw a sphere OABC like this, and this is the plane ABC. Plane ABC meets the sphere OABC in the circle ABC. Take a point on AB, circle ABC, join this line. So take such points on circle ABC and join all these lines. All these lines forms a cone. All these lines forms a cone, and also these lines are generators of the cone. We have to prove that the equation of the cone is given by this equation. This we have to prove. So the plane x by a plus y by b plus z by c is equal to 1 meets coordinate axis in ABC, and hence a is equal to a0 0, b is equal to 0 b 0, c is equal to 0 0 c. So if you want to find where this plane meets x-axis, since the equation of x-axis is y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0, we have to take y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0 in this equation. Then we will have x by a is equal to 1, and hence x is equal to a. Therefore the point is a0 0. Similarly, this plane meets y-axis at b0 b0 and z-axis at c0 0 c. So equation of this pair OABC is, since a is equal to a0 0, b is equal to 0 b0 and c is equal to 0 0 c, we can easily say that equation of this pair OABC is x square plus y square plus z square minus ax minus by minus cz is equal to 0. This is basic concept we have proved in the chapter, in the topic sphere, in my earlier videos. Equation of the circle ABC is given by two equations. One is the equation of sphere OABC and the equation of plane OABC. So equation of the circle OABC, equation of circle ABC is given by two equations. One is pair OABC intersection plane ABC. Actually, circle ABC is nothing but intersection of sphere OABC with plane ABC. Therefore, equation of the circle ABC can be given by two equations. One the equation of the sphere OABC and another the equation of the plane ABC. Therefore, these two equations represent the equation of this circle. Therefore, required cone is a quadratic cone. Actually, required cone is a quadratic cone because its vertex is origin, and also its vertex is origin, and the circle ABC is guiding curve. Circle ABC is guiding curve of this cone. Therefore, quadratic cone means second degree homogeneous equation. Therefore, to find the equation of the cone, we have to make this equation, as we have to convert this equation into homogeneous with the help of this equation of the plane. So actually, once again I am explaining here. Actually, here the required cone is a quadratic cone with vertex at origin. That means the equation of the cone is a homogeneous equation of second degree. So, and also this should be obtained by these two equations. How is it possible? This is done by making this pair equation homogeneous, converting this equation into homogeneous of second degree with the help of this, and you will get the equation of the required cone. So the procedure to make homogeneous is like this, as this: x square plus y square plus z square, x square plus y square plus z square minus of ax plus by plus cz into 1 is equal to 0. Replace 1 with x by a plus y by b plus z by c, then you will get like this. So first of all, take the equation of this pair, and write like this, and then replace 1 with x by a plus y by b plus z by c in this equation. You will get this. So on simplifying this, you will have x square plus y square plus z square and this entire equation. So we can cancel x square with minus x square, y square with minus y square, and z square with minus z square, and finally you will get this equation: a by b plus b by a xy plus b by c plus c by b into yz plus a by c into c by a into zx is equal to 0. This is the required equation of the cone in this problem. So here another problem it is: find the equation of the cone which pass through the three coordinate axes as well as the two lines x by 1 is equal to y by minus 2 is equal to z by 3, x by 3 is equal to y by minus 1 is equal to z by 1. So in this problem what we have to do? Actually what we have to do is, it is given that the cone is passing through 3 coordinate axes. Say this is x axis, this is y axis, and this is z axis. So the cone is like this, passing through 3 coordinate axes. The cone is like this. Also it is given that the cone is passing through, also it is given that the cone is passing through 2 more lines. This is one line and this is one line and this is another line. So we have to find such type of cone. So find the equation of the cone which pass through the 3 coordinate axes and also through these lines. So once again I am repeating the diagram. It is x axis, it is y axis, and it is z axis. This is the origin. So what we have to do? We have to find the equation of the cone passing through these 3 coordinate axes, and also it is given that the cone is passing through another 2 lines. Suppose this is one line by which the cone is passing, and this is another line by which the cone is passing. These 2 lines, the cone is also passing these 2 lines. So to find the equation of the cone, we have to apply the condition. We have to take the equation of the cone. First we have to take the equation of the cone passing through the 3 coordinate axes, and also apply the condition the cone is passing through this line and this line later. Therefore the equation of the cone which pass through 3 coordinate axes is fyz plus gzx plus hxy is equal to 0. Just in this video itself I have proved this. You can see first problem of this video. So it also passes through the line x by 1 is equal to y by minus 2 is equal to z by 3. That means the generators of this line satisfies the equation. Already we have proved that the generators of the direction ratios of the generator satisfies the equation of the cone. Therefore here the direction ratios of this generator are 1 minus 2 3. These DRS satisfies the equation fyz plus gzx plus hxy is equal to 0. The DRS of the line 1 minus 2 3 satisfies the equation 1. Therefore by substituting the DRS in this equation, you will get like this: x is equal to 1, y is equal to minus 2, z is equal to 3. Therefore fyz is equal to f into minus 2 3. Likewise on simplification you will get equation number 2 like this. So and also again we apply another condition. Also it passes through the line 3 x by 3 is equal to y by minus 1 equal to z by 1. Therefore the DRS of this line 3 minus 1 1 also satisfies the equation of the cone, and hence by substituting the DRS 3 1 minus 1 1 in the equation of the cone, we will have like this. On simplification of this equation, finally we will have equation number 3 like this. So here we have 2 equations in terms of FGH. Therefore by taking 2 minus 3, that means subtract equation 3 from equation 2, we will have like this: minus 6f plus 3g minus 2h. So minus of this, that means plus f minus 3g plus 3h. We can cancel plus 3g minus 3g, and we on simplification we will have minus 5f plus h is equal to 0, and hence h is equal to 5f. Substitute h is equal to 5f in equation 3. From 3 we have, this is the equation 3, and put h is equal to 5f. See this. Taking 2 minus 3, we will have like this: h is equal to 5f. So from 3, this is the equation number 3. Substitute h is equal to 5f in this equation. We will have minus f plus 3g minus 3h. Minus 3h means minus 3 into 5f. So on simplifying this, we will have 3g is equal to 16f and hence G is equal 16 by 3 F. G is equal 16 by 3 F. Therefore, we have H is equal to 5F, G is equal to 16 by 3F. Substitute the value of H and G in the equation of the cone, we will have like this. So here we can take F common and we can take the LCM also. Therefore, we will have 3 into YZ plus 16 ZX plus 3 into 5 15. Here it is 15 XY is equal to 0. So our answer is 3 YZ plus 16 ZX plus 15 XY is equal to 0. This is the equation of the cone. This is the equation of the cone which pass through the coordinate axis and also passing through the given two straight lines. This is the procedure we have to follow. So if we are asked to find the equation of a quadratic cone whose vertex is origin and also which pass through the coordinate axis and also pass through given two straight lines, first of all you have to take the equation which pass through three coordinate axis as fyz plus gzx plus hxy is equal to 0, and you apply the condition that this cone is passing through the given two straight lines. So and also it can be easily seen that the two lines are generators of this cone and hence the direction ratios of those two lines satisfies this equation of the cone. And by substituting the direction ratios of the generators in this equation, you will have two equations, and on solving these two equations and substituting the equation of the cone, you will get finally the equation of the cone like this: 3yz plus 16zx plus 15xy is equal to 0. This is the equation of the cone what we have to find in this problem. This is the procedure to solve such type of problems. Thank you very much.